I got a perfect way to ruin every relationship. Imagine having a fax machine or being in the. I want to go back in time, just to uh, talk to those enthusiasts who like thought using a fax machine for emotional contact would be a good idea. Like you sending a heart, like you draw a heart and send via fax to show like your affection, and she gets like a burned out thin piece of paper where the image is like not on spot. Oh, how come Seinfeld didn't think of this? I don't know. Keep getting this like brainstorms of stupidity, like this movie company Trauma, which make these really trashy movies. I had like an idea. I don't know if there exists such movie. Like imagine a guy who's like working for a cable company with servers and those things, and then like cables attack. Like imagine like a KID 7 like coming from behind and grabbing him, and then they strangle him. The cables and move on, and nobody knows who did it. Blah blah. And the other brainstorm is like I think like the fax machine era. Somehow it was missed by songwriters. Like there's always this love songs with somebody's mailing someone. I sent you a letter. I called you. Uh, I messaged you. But there was like, hey, did you get my fax? I think I hit gold, man. The song from Billy Idol, "Dancing with Myself." He told, I think, that when he was in Tokyo, in Japan, when he went to a nightclub, he saw like a bunch of Japanese to the uh, to the wall, dancing with their shadows. And then he wrote the song. That's really interesting. Cool, cool. Uh, and then somewhere saw like 2 years ago when I started 1 year ago when I started TikTok. There was like this girl. She was like mentioning how to make your video more get more view count. And she said like start your video with the finished product, and then I will do that here because I forgot to mention it with this hat made of alloy foil. More important is as much as important as it is to protect from magnetic tension draw draw basically, because it's like a magnetized liquid inside of you, so it reacts to magnetic pulling. Because last year I was holding my finger in vegetable oil because it was somehow more bearable, And when I put it in, I was turning off my electronics, the main switch, and was sleeping in the hall because there was no electronics inside, so I could sleep more. I couldn't sleep, but it was more bearable. And when I had somehow put like the water, the tap, on and put my finger down, it was like relief. But this time, the aluminium foil basically ensures that your seal, that you don't lose any. Your skin isn't getting any airflow, so it's always moist, and you will have a moist, functionable skin too. Uh, and to sand it off, I had like sandpaper. That's what I forgot. Sandpaper, like really rough sandpaper, really good. I mean, it hurts, but whatever. It's not that. You cannot say it's pain. Pain is osteomyelitis is pain. This is not no pain. Those kids with the blood cancer. That's pain. Make no mistake about that. We don't know what pain is. Thankfully, and go get your whoever has high blood count. blood cell count, blood cell high blood cell count. Make tetanus check and heavy metals and get rid of all magnets. You and yourself. My battery keeps shutting down, so I said I found some 60-year-old glue, petrol based. It's like being on a gas station pouring gasoline directly, so the fumes are really after 60 years old. I am astonished that it has so much solvent power or whatever. It's like crazy. It's like the fumes are so intensive. It's so it's perfect, from nowhere, alongside this bison, which is more like poppers. And now my battery, I cannot plug the charging off because it's not original either way. But I'm cooking pasta alongside McDonald's cardboard, what's it called, like a bag, like carton bag with like half with a lot of glue. So I'm having like a party, then headache, then eat, and then after party. But I have to watch the water. Give me a little bit. Yeah, pasta is looking good. Then is it? Don't do this at home. I wouldn't do this if I didn't know what I'm using, I really do know what I'm using, and I used it before. Don't ever use something you never used before, okay? It's simple as that. If you use it, have someone alongside you, Don't be a fool, don't be stupid, Don't risk, don't gamble with your whatever. But I am a chifa. This version is way from creation. But the art is the only language which we have left, thankfully. I just watched one of my videos and I was able, I chose in those Black Bile movie Hans Zimmer time. I didn't know that have fear from them, I will explore time. Maybe we are living ourselves like Julia Crane messages, Juliana Crane, sorry. You should know. And maybe I really am man from Michovci, from High Michovci. Yeah, I met like this neighbor. He was always asking questions. He's like really like a bot, or like heavy bot. And my father, my father used to also have like some interactions with him, but he's so. I was like mentalizing and visualizing that I would tell him the next time I meet him that I will charge him 100 euros for each word of my answer. So if he asks me how are you doing, if I say I'm well, that are free words. So that's 200 euros for you. So don't. He asked me, and I deliberately go. When I go to the train station or wherever I go, I'm exactly at the half of the left and right block. So I can choose either go the right way and where he is, or I'll get the left way. I won't lose any time. But I will meet him, and he will always ask this inspector these matrix questions. Where are you going? How much are you staying? What's on? And he's like not shy. He will not grab you, but he has this tendency, which he has like built this facade, being like friendly, like close up, in terms of physical, nothing sexual, but he's like too close. And those questions, and I just felt good, that I was, because he's also older gentleman, and I have some respect for him, and he has it for me. But I know he might 99% not be aware of this in terms of memory. So I'm just communicating with whatever, with his administrator, with the administrator, fuck him, and that's what I'm telling him. He asked me. I said myself the first. I said, "Good evening," Oh, good evening. You're here. Oh, let me ask some questions. I have no time for questions. No, no. I was already moving. I didn't give him even an eye glance. No, nothing. And I just said I have no time for the universe right now. Can you tell me? He was already like raising decibels because I was already 20 feet away. And he was like, "And can you tell me? Are you here at the moment?" And I told him like, what did I tell him in Croatian? I told him, for those kinds of questions, I don't have any time, and I was literally walking away already. So where's the judge? Where's this typing guy? That's where I could ask and answer any questions, but even then, if you're in this position, you're already being set up. So fuck it all. And in terms of YouTube, I use this storage. I never had a capacity, nor the CPU, nor the RAMs to produce anything higher than 1080. If I have some content, I can the YouTube converts it to 720. I can live with that. I either way don't have much for video. I don't need that much processing power or resolution or color, whatever it is, and the compression for audio is really not bad, even for MP3s. And when you observe like 144 piece or 4K, the audio is the same, so the compression is like minor thing to think about. But there are some videos which I have from my X accounts because there is no other source, everything else is destroyed. I have no uncompressed version, so I had to upload the MP3. But thankfully I understand this mathematics, and it's really not complicated. There is a lot of encoders and tricks, but basically if you use your grid like a canvas and don't overdo the frequencies and the one color, if you do it linear, you will have space. You won't need mixing and those things. You won't need CPU, so you're able to really have an uncompressed and compressed, which is really similar. And to uncompress it is, or to make it Windows Audio file again, or Apple file. You just need the basic rule. If you have 0000, 4 times 0, that's MP3. That's the only difference. It's approximation. So make no mistake about it, and don't underestimate the power of the unconscious questioning. Where are you going? Where's that bag? Where are you now? Especially with telephone communication. Think about it. Why should anybody? Because I make a big difference between information and knowledge. Information is informant. Knowledge is interest. So, for instance, ChatGPT, he doesn't have interest. Neither have you. If you ask him. Exploration, man. Digging. Rabbit holes. That's how you get to wherever you want to. Oh man. Besides. I wish you could understand. I wish as well I would be in someone else's head for one day. Yeah. Remember? No, you don't remember. Being John Malkovich. Watch that movie. Now. This 2024. Watch Being John Malkovich with John Cusack and John Malkovich. Great movie. And Burn After Reading. Brad Pitt, my opinion, the best. Oh man, that scene when he comes with his bicycle in a suit, and then this, he's an actor who had to act to impersonate not being able to act. That's genius. Don't get yourself fooled. I told you the difference between a friend and not friend. But they're not friends, not friends. They're just tuned differently to be informants, to get information. So you got your phone stolen, broken. You need another phone. Today, phone is an important thing, you know. What is the difference between normal questioning and abnormal questioning? Let's make it like distinctive. A friend would ask, "Oh shit, did you have any important photos, contacts, girls, apps, accounts, whatever? Fuck, do you have backup?" Yeah, I have. Yeah, great. Were you satisfied with the phone? Oh, it was shit. Okay, then you know it had like nothing, like no, zero memory and only 6 cameras, you know, and only 4 front cameras, only 2 flashes, you know. Fuck that retro bullshit, you know. Give me 20 cameras, you know, and give me like one with a needle, like, which gets out and gets stuck here inside you in your pineal gland, and then it gets like USB 16.0 transmission both ways. Why not? You know, it's the future. I run always into those thoughts so deeply that I forget what I was talking about. So that's also not with any like what's it called. I cannot recall those words right now because of the glue, maybe. Intention. It's unintentional. Those things happen, and that's why my memory, because there was a moment in life where I had to erase all my knowledge, and that's really tough. But I was able to let myself be broken down by someone because I had a feeling that he was doing the right thing, and he did. If it wasn't for Slavonats, there wouldn't be any of this triggering. He, I think, did his job, you know, in terms of me. What would someone who is just looking for information? Because if you're looking for knowledge, you have like consistency in questioning and in your logics. It establishes some sort of either like adding up or layering down. Because intelligence requires variables more than like envisioning type of intelligent data. So yeah, you got a new phone. Where's your SIM card? Is it inside or no? Do you got a new number or no? The old number. Okay. Where's the old phone now? It's in a repair shop. Yeah. Which repair shop? This one. And when will you get it? They said on Monday. Okay. And which one do you have till Monday? You see the difference? There is a difference. It's the same as where you're going, what's in this bag, when you're back. Don't let them take your time, take their time. Especially these low life individuals who take your time. You most often meet in the places where you would never meet them if you weren't born there. You think you choose your friends from school because you families have something together? No, it's just because you live in the same neighborhood. The same thing is with everything else. Your new buddies from a prison or from psychiatric clinic or something like that. When you have something important or something like something could happen, something good could happen for you, you suddenly get those calls and you answer them because it's like a thing of bon ton. think about that as well, about messaging and about unconscious answering the phone, because your one don't it doesn't take too much of your time. But actually, it's, when you think about what I'm thinking, it stops the clock for you, because they were able to take your time. They were dominating you because you answered them. So don't give them that luxury. Either put the red like hang off, or what's it called. If you want to answer. I'm doing something important. I'll call you back. The same thing with the messaging. Nothing. No information. I call you back. I can't do it right now. Nothing where any sort of new data could be produced. And then leave it boiling. But leave it what's to brew. If they call you 1 p.m., you'll call them first time at 6:30 maybe. Don't think much about it when you feel like it. When you feel now is the perfect time, where I'm like I'm daydreaming. I'm like super, like I'm having like a TIA stroke, a mini stroke, like absence, like petit mal. Ah, beautiful. I call him. He doesn't answer. If he has answers, then you took his time. You did yours. He didn't take yours. If he doesn't answer, if he calls you back, you don't answer again, and then you call him back tomorrow or in 2 days or the night. You don't care, because you don't want to get in the string of his timeline, etc. Don't let them take your time. Take their time. Siciliansi, hatjad znac. Shell Beach, Uncle Carl. Sorry, have to disappoint you on this one. Like the Scottish. Train spotting blowing with a bow. I'll give you a list of movies I think you should watch. Recently I mentioned Being John Malkovich, Edge of Tomorrow, Tom Cruise, Fight Club, Matrix 1, Matrix 4, or The Last Matrix, In Time, Justin Timberlake, Brazil, Solid Green, Threads, Equilibrium, Christian Bale, Interstellar, Children of Now. Now imagine this. What would be the opposite of catch 22? What would be getting lucky by having had unluck? Because now I'm experiencing the exact same sensation and physical manifestations as I have had exactly 1 year prior to this year. Last year I was poisoned with mercury, and it was the thumb. And back then, because it was the first time I had something like this, I couldn't account it or attribute it to anything. So I thought that maybe I unawarely hit myself somewhere, that I have like a swollen sports injury. But it was getting worse and worse, to the point where it was like having your thumb squeezed by the door every 3 seconds, and no painkiller. And I really got almost liver intoxication, because how much painkiller I took, just because I told to myself, because I got to it got to a stage where it was osteomyelitis. It's like infection of your bone, and it started outside the bone. But back then I didn't know about those things, and I couldn't uh, do anything, and I have had keep my speakers on and had my phone and everything, and there it was so much magnetics that it just went into the bone, and I got like a high blood white cell blood count, and it was my thumb. I have like friends who can confirm it. It was big as my uh, thumb, my foot, you know. Before eventually it was I had a deep incision, with a lot of local anesthetic, and after that I indeed need painkillers. I had like, so I can imagine those kids with uh, blood cancer, that's like so painful. So I feel so sorry for them, and I will eventually get my bone marrow somewhere, just that I could help someone. But I don't do won't do it in Croatia. Sorry, that's the rule. Yeah, we go. But now when it happened again with my index finger, my two most important fingers, it was first you get the sensation that the squeaky glue when it gets on your skin that you cannot like brush it out. It's like your it's like airtight, the skin covered with this glue. And this time I don't know how it happened. I know it has to do with time, not with space, but controlling through space, because I'm this space. I cannot tell where, it's doesn't matter, but they obviously knew. But this time, it was it because it's pulsating. I had it's out of nowhere. You just, what the fuck happened? Why is this like this? Why does my finger hurt? Why is it like so covered in this airtight liquid? The first thing I did was I took knife, a sharp knife, and I scraped off almost, yeah, till the where it was blood. Like I scraped all the glue or whatever that is, just to keep my flesh fresh and with oxygenated, so it won't, uh, so I can have something to work on. After that, because it was really really hurting the same way, I immediately I did it without painkillers and without any anesthetics, just with ice, and I fainted, a few times because I really went deep, and I made intentionally under my nail a deep wound, like 2 inches almost, and tore off the flesh as well, just so I have a lot of space for pus, to get out, to get drained, and then I was 3 days I was squeezing it out through that hole and making sure it doesn't uh, get too firm, too dry. But sometimes when I slept, I kept it, intentionally to accumulate so I could squeeze the hell out of it. And that's where I fainted, because it really hurts, but it's how you heal it. And then I had this like a hat for my finger made of aluminum foil, and then around that I had like a ring of wire and sellotape, so nobody but me knows it's aluminum foil inside, but that's how you keep it demagnetized. And now I'm getting the sensations where down between those two fingers where I had it like here, I'm getting to start getting itches, So now where I eliminated the acute effect of mercury, now where it's out of my fingers, the gravity pulled it down, or it may be what's the word? keloid, maybe it's somebody pulled it down. Now it's too heavy. Now it has to get out, and now it will get out. But now it's like I'm having. It's not just mercury. It's, I don't know what it is. It's something. Maybe it's a mixture. If it's tetanus, I already had this anti-tetanus, which I had like really get to free, really really heavy contacts to get it. Even I wouldn't get it from a doctor. They didn't even know. The epidemiologist didn't even know about it, that it existed. Nobody knew. I almost had to go to Slovenia because there you can get it easy, but here not, if you're me. And now I'm scratching it out, So now it will produce the same like moon-like craters. That's how it gets out when you have it afterwards. Because I had the same infection, but this was like 1 2 months apart, Because back then in July I was already there, and I had it. It's maybe 2 weeks in between. Maybe, I don't know. I should watch because I uploaded the video when I had the first one, and I also have like a one DJ set or two where I have it already in after surgery. Interestingly, next year. What's next year? Which one? Okay, I have to make sure I'm not July. I'm not here in this place to avoid getting again this bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. So nice to have like Joy Division playing in the background for this sort of tutorial. This is for skin. So if you're somewhere who doesn't like smoking or something like that, you just pull it a little bit apart, this cotton, put it inside. If you have like a deodorant, you can use that as well, because this is an exhale filter. So what you do, I don't know if I can catch this. Let me try. So what you do, you don't exhale, you inhale. It should be not as airtight as I cannot do it with one finger, but you need double, as not as much as I used, but you get the idea. Second idea is also like what's called like hood in the hood lesson. It's like regular post-it, but this says it's from Unibomber. Shopping mask game. It's sea salt. Be careful.